Welcome back, guys. So I don't know if you guys saw the last video, but we had installed some Blessed Performance parts on here. So I'm going to give you a rundown really quick on that. And so on this video, I'm going to be showing you final front end, all the parts that we ended up getting for the 6.0, a little bit of an update, and what's basically left. Because we are like, I don't know if you can see it, we're about that close to being done. So just a quick update for the 6.0. We ended up installing this aluminum air deflector from Blessed Performance, got these bad boys back from Powder, and then also in the process, we installed Blessed Performance wire loom, and what they look like from factory was this. So this was the factory wire loom. It was freaking junk. That clip was broke. That one was broke. This was the only one that was still on there. I literally had this thing zip tied holding it up. And then this was a factory air deflector that you end up getting from Ford. So definitely a huge upgrade on those. Very simple. On here, let's get this out of the way. So I'm poor and I can't afford a shop. But so on this, I ended up going in and getting these face plates powder coated because they were just rattle can. I did it like 4 years ago. And so I ended up doing these face plates that attach to the bumper itself. I ended up getting these re-powder coated because those have been rattle canned for years and years. I don't know why. I always forgot, you know, when I took stuff in to get powder coated, I always forgot to, wow, I am dirty. Close enough. So I always forgot to take in the tow hooks and everything. Like I'd always forget all the smaller stuff and focus on the big things. But now since we were, you know, beefing up the front end or upgrading it, those, although it doesn't seem like much, before it just looked horrid. So we did that. We ended up getting the valence finally put on there. I had to redo that twice. The first time it looked fine. So I did a video on that. But me, like, I'm so picky about how things look. So it looked good, but I'm like, I know I can do better. So like, there's a gap there, one here, and one there. There's like no fixing that. I have trimmed back absolutely every bit that I possibly can, but I've got it to the point where now you have to sit right underneath it and then you can faintly see those 3 gaps. But what I ended up doing is trimming it back, pushing this valence as far back as I could, so it just looked a hell of a lot cleaner. But there's the valence, there's the powder coated parts. So on that last video, we ended up putting in that paint matched windshield cowl. So we are just going all out completely on paint matching everything here. And so this is my little workstation, and we have the windshield arms. I don't know if this is going to look tacky or not. We're going to be putting those on the 6.0 and we'll kind of see from there. It's literally a 50-50 shot. They look tacky or they don't. Like I've seen them on some trucks, they look all right. And then on some of them, it's like, dude, that's so cheesy. So we just figured we'd get these things powder coated, see how they turn out. This is obviously a test. I'm like, dude, just powder coat the whole thing. And yes, surprisingly, these springs still work. So they still clamp and everything. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit stiff. But I mean, it's just a test, kind of see what we think. But they still work fine. So we did the face plates, we did the tow hooks. I ended up redoing my hitch. I still have some of these parts still here that I haven't installed because obviously, like I said in the last video, we're still waiting for my headlights to get back so that I can drive the 6.0 to a body shop and get these dents over here removed. I still got these fenders, inner fenders I need to throw in on this. And for everybody asking, because I know someone's going to ask, you all want to know where I get the inner fenders on this. This is a 2016 bed on an 06 F250. So these are super easy to find for 2016. It's the 06 inner fenders that we have a problem finding. So honestly, you can just Google 2016 inner fenders rear and they'll pop right up. But other than that, I don't have an actual link for the factory 06 F250 bed for the inner fenders. But we come over here and we also did these inner brackets right here. These things were like pitted and ugly. I actually had them taken off, but I'm just like, well, I'm going to powder coat them, put them back on. And honestly, like it's not much, but it's more visual. Like, oh, okay, you know, this guy's trying. He's really trying to keep his stuff clean. But yeah, you can definitely see the inner, those face plates, whatnot, a lot more from the inside and the outside. I'm going to go ahead. We'll throw this back on here and dude, it looks freaking bomb. Dude, it looks amazing. So I'm going to go ahead, grab this grill, throw it on there and show you like the whole truck slowly coming together. And paint matching everything just makes this truck look so much better. Like, I love this valence down here. It just makes it look so beefy, like a little monster truck. So we're gonna go and throw this on, but like, I'm honestly just super happy with how everything's turning out on this truck. One of the things I still need to focus on is going to be mainly my hood stack. Like, I have a massive hole in there. It does not look good. And when I roll coal, it just gets all inside the engine bay. So we're going to focus on obviously fixing everything else on the outside so it looks prettier exteriorly. And then we'll do engine bay. And probably one of the last things we'll end up doing is going to be like the interior itself. I don't know. I'm just super excited for all of this. And oh man, I scratched it a little bit. Probably not going to do that with the dry hand. Yeah, like, I'm just super happy. Like, I feel like if younger George could see what we're doing today, I feel like he'd bust more butt. Because I got lazy there for a little bit. Not necessarily lazy. I still showed up every day. I still did what I was supposed to do. But there were days that I just didn't feel like doing anything. And it's just like, I didn't feel super motivated, because sometimes it feels like nothing good's ever happening. And I'm sure a lot of you guys go through the same thing. It's like, why am I doing this? Why am I, you know, what's the point of all of this? Why not just blend in, do all the normal day-to-day stuff that everyone else is doing? Like, why am I trying so hard? But it's like weird, because I feel like it's only like a handful of people. You know, if you had 100 people in a room, let's say, 5 of them would have that feeling in the gut where it's just like, there's so much more to life. There's so much more that we can do. And I feel like that's the type of people that I'm attracting. Like, you guys, like, a lot of you guys seem to have the same goals and dreams and everything. And it's just like, you need somebody to say what you're thinking, because then it just makes you feel like you're crazy, right? Like, am I the only one thinking like this? Like, am I just weird that I want more out of my life? And everyone's just like, don't do that, you know, why don't you choose something more realistic? Why don't you try and be a doctor? Why don't you just try and be a welder? There's nothing wrong with any of these. I'm not dogging on any of them. But like, you know, something more realistic. That's what we need. It's like, no, we need dreamers, dude. We need people that want to do more. We have an abundance of people that just want to go to their 9 to 5 and do the same stuff every day. We don't have people that want to dream and everything like that. So I feel like that's like my viewer base. Like, a lot of you guys have the same ideas and mentality that, you know, I have. And it's just weird how, like me, I want to do videos one day like just this and just make people happy, give back to the community. Like, I'd love to just go out and build some kid's truck. Like, hey man, you know, I heard you needed help, or we had a bunch of people do this or that, or, you know, I seen you getting bullied and, you know, I want to build you a truck, so now you have something cool. Like, I don't know, just like give back to people that deserve it, but are just in a crappy time. Like, I'd love to be that YouTuber that gives $10,000 away or something like that. Like, that's my biggest goal and dream. But anyways, so where I was going with that is, like, they tell you to be more realistic and find realistic jobs, but what's so realistic about getting in debt to become a doctor, you know, getting in debt for this big house that you want, getting in debt for this nice truck that you want, and all this? Like, why not try and pursue something that you love like this? I've been doing this stuff for, dude, 6 years. I have been doing this. And like, at work, I'll talk to people and, you know, it's just like, what'd you pay for those? I'm like, oh, a company sent it to me. Really? How much was that? It's like, oh, I don't know. It's $1,500. $1,500, man, you're lucky. I am the least bit of lucky person in the entire world. I do not have luck whatsoever. And so when someone calls you lucky, it doesn't make me mad, but it just like, it's like annoying, because I know I don't have luck, and anything that I've ever gotten in my life is because I've worked towards it. But it just drives me completely nuts when someone calls me lucky, because I know I'm not that. But so I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'm pursuing a goal, you know, something that I want to do. So it's just like at a job. You've been at your job for 6 years, computer technology, or, you know, laboring, whatever, pouring concrete. So in those 6 years, you want to move up to a supervisor, a foreman, or, you know, project manager, something like that. Me, those 6 years I've been working is just like a job. Like, I started off as a basic laborer, you know, now, you know, 3 years later, you know, now I'm a lead, you know, I'm starting to make pretty decent money, and, you know, things are starting to take off. Well, I'm trying to get to project manager, you know, I'm trying to get to the owner, you know, co-owner, and move my way up. So those 6 years that I could have spent just working at one place, my heart was never fully into work. My heart was in this. So I have 100% dedicated my motivation more towards this than my job, because that's what I'm working towards. Like, if that makes sense. It's not, I'm using glass cleaner, by the way, because I don't know where my detailer's at. But I could be working at a place for 6 years to move up to a lead, or I could be doing this for 6 years, never giving up, and hopefully becoming, you know, some type of a content creator and do something cool. So I don't know. It's weird, man. The way that people are. This is a weird world that we live in, where everyone thinks it's okay to work for someone else, but you're weird if you want to start your own business, if you want to do your own thing. And mark my words, we will do something great one day. And on top of all that, I'm doing this for all of you guys. Because, like, eye roll, I know, he's doing it for us. Okay, that's what everyone else says, blah, blah. But, like, I genuinely am. I was bullied my freaking majority of my childhood growing up. I was made fun of. And I just had a really crappy childhood. And I was always the underdog in anything that I did. And so I just got to the point where, like, I'm tired of being the loser and I want to do something else. So I started, you know, lifting weights. I started, you know, doing conditioning, you know, staying a little bit later, coming in a little bit earlier. Did that with sports. And one of my coaches, I still remember it to this day, he says, the way that you put in work here at the gym is going to spread into the rest of your life. If you slack, if you get lazy, you skip that rep, if you skip that line, you know, you are going to be like that your whole life. Like, when your boss isn't looking, you're going to slack off, you know. Whenever you have to dig 16 holes that day, you only dig 15 and hope the boss doesn't see it. It was the same thing with weightlifting, skipping a rep or anything like that. And so he's just like, put in, you know, 100% in everything you do, try your hardest, and your brain will recognize that and it will be normalized, so that whenever you go to do anything in life, it will just be normal to always give 100% and not to slack off because nobody's watching. So that's what I did. And in any place that I've ever worked in my entire life, I've always been the hardest or one of the hardest workers there. And it's because I don't slack. I do my job. I try and do it to the best of my ability. And if it doesn't make them happy, well, they can go kick rocks. But yeah, so that's why I'm doing this, to show all of you guys that a loser, a nobody, someone that was bullied for being, you know, FAT in school, and, you know, weird, being poor, having hand-me-downs from your older brothers to wear to school and everything. Like, you can be somebody. And I want nothing more than to show everybody out there that is going through the exact same thing, that those people that made fun of you in school don't matter. Like, look at them now. Look at all the popular kids, the ones that made fun of me. All of them aren't doing as good as I am, because popularity only ever gets you so far, you know. It doesn't get you far. It only gets you somewhere in high school, because that's what everyone's obsessed with. What you wear, what you look like, who you hang out with. Do you play football? No. Are you on varsity or not? Who you're hanging out with, blah, blah. But once you get out of high school, dude, I promise you, it's not like that. It's how hard you work. They don't care how cool you were in high school. But, well, you know, it's not cool. It's not cool that Jake over here is leaning against his shovel while George is doing all this extra work. We don't need you, Jake. See you later, you know. So, I don't know. I'll prove it one of these days. Show everybody. Give back to the community. I was cleaning up this engine bay because I have soot everywhere. But that headlight was disgusting. And I just like talking. I just like relating with you guys, like getting to know me more, because I don't really do that often. Like, my videos aren't always going to be super exciting and rolling coal, you know. So I just want it to be like well, that's cool. I feel like I know George on a better level. I have RBF, resting face, really bad. And so people always think that I'm a D-bag, which I'm not. If I'm ever mean to you, it's because you 100% deserved it. So like, that's why I want to be more genuine on my videos and for you guys to understand my background and everything that I came from, so that whenever you hear someone ever talking bad on George, I just want it to be like, okay, well, George is, you know, super chill. What did you do to him? I didn't do anything. He just came up to me and started yelling at me. Did you say anything to him? Well, I mean, I told him that blah, blah, blah. I told him off and told him he was an idiot and his truck's a freaking piece of crap. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. You deserved it. So like, I just want people to realize who I am, that I'm not fake. I am one of the most real people ever. I'm just socially awkward, very socially awkward. And I'm like flaky just because like growing up, I was never used to being around a lot of people. But anyhow, here's that grill, dude. Who the hell put this rack here? But dude, that looks freaking a baller. Like you guys, I don't know, man. You guys tell me like, I think that's going to look freaking amazing. You all know I'm going to be painting it next year. So there's going to be defects. Like I have scratches on my handle. This thing's not perfect and I don't care to admit it. So I got scratches throughout the door handles and everything. I got a bunch of little rock chips all throughout it and everything like that. So next year we'll end up getting it repainted. Oh dude, and then check this out. We got our emblem or our Titan logo on our trucks now. And so that looks freaking sick, boys. And then we're gonna throw some tint on these so it looks a lot darker, kind of like this one. But yeah, so that's our little Titan emblem. I need to get some decals that have my Instagram on there, TikTok, whatever. And so yeah, we got our little baby fleet of Ford trucks here, boys. And it all started with a little Mexican boy in a dream. Everyone told him he can't do it. And all of this without no shop whatsoever, working on the ground, in the grass. You don't have to have a shop to do any of this stuff, guys. I lay in gravel and dirt, mud. Look at my freaking garage. I have a tiny little table, all my tools laying around. It's my grinder, another table full of stuff. And then dude, look at this freaking old toolbox. Stack On, not even a Snap-on brand, boys. And I got that 6-7 years ago. But it doesn't matter the tools you have, guys. It doesn't matter you don't have a shop. None of it does. I'm telling you guys now, this year is gonna be freaking insane. Pulling up in this with the 6.0 behind it. I'm just so ready to meet so many of you guys and just talk with you guys in person. I loved hanging out, talking, meeting new people and stuff, but I'm just like so overwhelmed with how freaking good the 6.0 is. Like it just makes me so genuinely freaking happy. I love this thing. I love it with a passion. I love trucks, man. I love the scene. Everything just makes me forget how much I hate hate the world, man. Oh dude, and on top of that, you guys need to check out my merch. All right, see, check this out. Driveway Built. There's a Harbor Freight jack. There's some tools on the ground, a little bit of spilled oil. We got a big wheel, meaty tire, turbo, a little toolbox, some more tools and everything. But this is literally the definition of everybody, all you guys. We all do this right here. We make a mess, sit in the shop all day, listen to music and everything. Driveway Built t-shirts, boys. And then here's the front. It's our Titan logo, pretty sick. And we have, I think we've only got small through XL. I know we've sold out on a few different sizes, so make sure to check those out. Those will also be linked down in the bio. But yeah, so we're gonna start doing these little shop talks with George, because I like talking and rambling sometimes. But we're gonna go ahead and throw the little windshield wiper arms on there too, and you guys let me know if it looks cheesy or not. All right, well, I ended up getting one of them on, and I thought I was gonna have to clean the teeth out of this because it has powder in them, but dude, it actually just seated right on it like no problem. Yeah, it clips down and everything like it should. Doesn't pull off, it's on there good. And that was actually easy. I haven't had windshield wipers on for like a month, so I forgot what windshield wipers are supposed to look like on the truck, so it looks weird with them on anyways. But is that tacky? I can't tell. It's like, it feels tacky, and then it looks really clean at the same time. I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, it looks clean. I mean, you can't see it, honestly. The truck sits high enough, like you can't even see it. So I don't think it really matters. I think it's whenever the trucks that I've seen them on are like stock or like leveled, so you can see them really easy. But I think with the truck sitting, you know, as high as it is, I mean, this is eye level. You know, when everyone's looking at the truck, this is all they see. So you can't even tell that they're really on there. So I feel like it looks fine because it like camouflages. When you stand back here and you can see it a little bit, but I think it looks fine. I think I kind of dig it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Literally so torn apart on this. So I was trying to remember what I had to have done and I can't remember, but I know I haven't started the 6.0 in 3 weeks. So let's go ahead and start it up. Oh, it's my hood stack. That's what I was going to do, but it's getting dark, so I'll do that next time. But let's do a cold start on this thing. Well, a 60-degree start, but hasn't been started in 3 weeks. Start. So I was reprogramming the vehicle because I had it back on stock, and I remember the last time that I drove it, it drove horribly, or not horribly, but it was sluggish. So I put it back on performance. No more hiding the rust because we don't got none. And then, dude, I forgot to show you this. This was awesome. So last week, I lost one of my lug nuts. So I'm like, let me just throw one of the ones I have laying around. So this is a 6 spline. So it's ribbed. And then this is like a hexagon. This is what the 6 spline is. So it's not hexagon whatsoever. And that's what this is made for. You can see a little teeth in it. And so this is what I tried using it on. Something that's hex head. So this sits on it like it half-ass grabs. So you're like, oh, it's gonna work. Well, there's some play in it. So what that ended up doing is stripping it out, and it was a huge pain in the butt to get out of it. So we're gonna try and take it off really quick. So a big impact on double chrome socket. Oh yeah, thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Hell yeah, okay. All right, that works. So I'll show you, dude, see, look at how stripped out this was. There was literally like no way for it to grab. So yeah, got super lucky with that. Now, whew, I can put the right size spike lug on it. Dude, I was freaking out so bad last week about it. But thank you guys for coming by for George's shop talk. Well, I call it shop talk, but we're in the grass driveway talk, and we need to do more of these. These are fun. I like doing them and just having something to get out to you guys and know me more on a personal level. But let me know what you guys think of the 6.0 Power Stroke. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think about the windshield wiper deals, if they're tacky or not. And I hope you guys just enjoyed this genuine video. And stay tuned because we are posting weekly, so make sure you're subscribed so you can always see those updates whenever they come out on the 6.0 and the reveal coming within the next few weeks. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.